Hello folks, good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing back-to-back videos. This is another individual review which I am so excited to share with you. I don't know there are many reviews on this or not, but I would say I discovered this fragrance recent times and it was a total blind buy. I'll tell you the story. First of all, the fragrance called Miller Harris. It's Perfumer London, yeah, and it's called Tonique. EDP concentration 100 ml, 3.4 fluid ounces. Okay, so I got this yesterday and I'll do initial impression. It's like tea note, the tea note is the reason why I decided to get it. And it was like in cellophane, when I went to do some videos in Perfume Center, they had this, but they didn't have this any testers available. So basically what I had to do is I had to guess, and I looked at Fragrantica, which had this nose breakdown. Okay, which is kind of interesting. I read some of the reviews by people. Bergamot, lemon, petitgrain, tea, nutmeg, peach blossom, mate or mate, birch and musk. Okay, this is the notes breakdown. Doesn't tell you much of a story, but some people say this is very refreshing, citrusy experience with the tea, which really got me intrigued because previously I did review fragrances like Bulgari's Black, Bulgari's Purom Soir, Extreme, or Gucci Purom 2 I already said, right? Yeah. No, Gucci Purom 2 as well. And some of the other tea-based perfumes. There was Russian tea. I did quite a few tea-based perfumes. I don't even remember all of them at this moment, but I do love the tea note in perfume. And tea gives this, I think even one of the Louis Vuittons have this tea note. I think even, was it Imagination or Afternoon Swim? One of them has a tea note, very relaxing. So mostly I love Nishane's Oolong Cha, which is the tea note I really like. It is very citrusy, yummy. At some point I feel like there's so much more than this tea there. Very relaxing green tea and very luxurious, soft but long lasting, and they have Oolong Cha X or something like that. So all those keeping in mind, I thought let's give it a go. And this is like $100, straight up $100, which I think is it's okay, designer price. I don't know if it's a designer or niche, but let's try it. Okay, so Miller Harris, I have no clue. This is my first review from this house. Let's check it out. Okay, so presentation is very simple. It has this mild green color. It's not picking up in the camera, I think. It's like a minty green. Okay, so the name and everything, Tea Tonic, like that name a lot. Okay, and then Tea Tonic, it says oh, I didn't read this. It says like a morning mist over a tea plantation, sparkling with citrus freshness and coolness of green leaves. Yeah, so basically that's what it reads. I like the story a lot because it tells a lot about the fragrance. So here's the bottle. Bottle looks like simple, elegant, classy bottle. Reminds me of Francesca Bianchi, but bigger bottles. And this fragrance was released, I think 2020 or something, long time ago. So yeah, it's Miller & Harris M&H. It's initials given. I think I like the bottle. There's this nice, what do you call, the design at the back. I think this is like tea leaves or something like it. Very beautiful. So yeah, the base you'll find sticker. So this fragrance, there doesn't click, but it's like you can hold on to it. It's snug fit. I'm wearing the perfume here, so let me show you the sprayer there. A couple of sprays. So I've been wearing this yesterday. Since yesterday I went for a walk. Last night was a little bit humid, and it was like bit off-putting weather, not really good. So this kind of weather, this fragrance was very uplifting. Longevity, first of all, actually was impressive. This kind of fragrances, when you try, I would say, like, if you know Elizabeth Arden green tea, if you know Oolong Cha, these fragrances are very relaxing, soothing, and those two really last. But most of the tea-based perfumes, it's supposed to be like a light, ozonic, like Bulgari's, or another one called Bulgari's Renaissance. These fragrances are usually like lighter, do not last much longer, like do not last much long. But this one actually has very good performance. Someone actually said that this is a niche take on Elizabeth Arden green tea, and I can kind of see that. Definitely has resemblance. If you like that, if you enjoyed it, I gave it a 10 out of 10. That was Francis Kirkjohn, I think, composition. Very affordable, 20 something dollars. Previously used to be $10-15, but still one of the cheapest, best quality beast mode green tea perfume. This stuff is not green tea, but there are things that reminds me of that fragrance, green tea. Okay, some of you may say, man, if I can get green tea, why would I get this? You don't need. You know, this is the kind of fragrance it's gonna be for people who are really enthusiastic and they really care for these little elements which are more sophisticated and you know, like niche style, you know, like more soothing, doesn't have the screechiness, doesn't have the syntheticness, and the quality ingredients are used. You can tell side by side they are different. Elizabeth Arden green tea lasts longer than this. Okay, funny thing, at least my old bottle, that fragrance is a winner. This one is good longevity, but it's not like 10 out of 10. Okay, I would say this is more of 8 out of 10, solid performer, no problem. And it does push for 1.5 hour projection. Then it still stays on skin. You can detect it pretty well. If you spray near your neck or your hair, you'll smell it like at least 8 to 10 hours, which is beast mode. But in general, if you go out in the high heat and summer, I think of summer you will not get all year, I mean all day. You will get like maybe 4 to 5 hours tops. So this for me is a meditation kind of fragrance, like the same way oolong cha is. It's a kind of fragrance you just like sit in the nature, enjoy the greenness. Imagine some lemon trees around, like Under the Lemon Trees fragrance, you know, by Replica. And then you just having your morning yoga, stretching, absolute nature, fresh breeze, you know, pure O2. So this is the kind of thing, you know, just have your mat, you know, so you're in your yoga pants, which is sexy. I mean, I'm trying to imagine ladies, right, not men. But this is the kind of fragrance, it's just like you sit, you know, the morning dew on the grass. That's it, you know, this is how I imagine this, you know, like you're looking at, you have this great view ahead of you, you know, like you see the mountains ahead of you and the sun is slowly coming up, shy, that orange sun. This is the fragrance you're wearing there, okay? And this fragrance is super, super relaxing. It reminds me also of Bulgari's Black a lot. Bulgari's Black had this rubbery tea note. This one doesn't have the rubber. It has that citrusy, almost like a peppermint, not peppermint, like lemongrass, lemon, that kind of a tea. So I take a lot of teas, man, trust me. I take green tea with honey, I take a chamomile tea. So this falls right in my, you know, like how to say, forte, or not forte, this falls right in my, I don't know what do you call that, like my type. Okay, my English is poor. So yeah, the lemon aspect is so nice. But here you go, that some people would say, man, why the emphasis not more on tea? They will complain like, hey, why couldn't they amp up the tea note? We would enjoy that more. This is the thing, you cannot make everybody happy. For me, customers like us, we like more safer. We want to enjoy things which are not very raw. Some tea notes can be very, very, like I have this one fragrance, I don't know if it have it here. I don't think I have it here. This other brand, which is from India, Indian perfumery. I have the Ultra Mint. Let me see if I can get the other tea. Hold on. Now I can locate it. I think there was a tea note. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you the review. Yeah, I found the review, but I can't find the bottle. This is the fragrance I did with Ultra, that mint thing. This is called, I think, Darjeeling Noir. Okay, the dark one, as you can see at the left, this one. So this was sent to me by one of my brothers. So thankfully, I didn't have to buy it, but it was a good fragrance, very natural. I have to find that bottle. I feel like craving for tea. Even had some morning tea. So if you're a big fan of tea and citruses, basically this will come off as a very safe, very relaxing, soft. And this fragrance has some dry down, which goes more into the tea direction. The citruses will be settled down, and then you get some green. Okay, at that point you might feel this is like a green tea sort of a smell, which is nice. So the lemon is something that not for everybody. Some people do not actually like lemon. I noticed it, which is very surprising because I do love lemon. But I guess if you're not very big fan of lemon, you find this fragrance bit off-putting and bit, you know, simple, like designer like. But I would say the base, you know, it has some interesting notes like petit grain, kind of like a peppery kick, as well as that nutmeg, which reminds me kind of like Gucci Purom too, but with more freshness. And the base is, I think it's birch and musk, right? So not that much of a backbone. Okay, at the very base it's like musky, okay, to say the least. So musk is very common in other perfumes. You can think of Elizabeth Arden green tea as well as Body Shop green teas. It smells like that at the very base. But the interesting thing is like how relaxing this is, okay, and is how refined this is. So refinement is the reason why I think this fragrance is good. So the Tonique, definitely it's like good name for it. And I would say I had to, you know, blind buy it. So blind buy gone right for me, okay, because I love oolong cha. This is the same type, right? So definitely check it out if you're a big fan of tea. So who is not for, if you're not into tea, if you're not into citruses, if you do not like fragrances which are soft in nature, you want a screamer, this is not for you. And this fragrance will, I will say, just good for summer days, warmer setup, you know, when it's very sickeningly hot outside, you need to relax. It's good for that. In winter time, I think this fragrance will not have much. I'll test it still in the winter, but I think it's a more of a summer and, you know, spring scent. Okay, so great fragrance, great fragrance, hidden gem. And more talk needs to be done on this. I hope, I don't know how many reviews are there, but I think many people need to try this and talk about it. Okay, overall the tea experience is great, and the citruses actually top the tea. I would say citrus, tea, kind of mild pepper and musk. This is the composition. Simple, relaxing, good fragrance. Price point, yeah, I would not mind if this was going for 80 bucks, $20 less, but $100 is not bad. Okay, so overall I'll give this fragrance 8.7 out of 10, which is my favorite mark. And it's like not 9, not 10, because this fragrance is like right up there with gin and tonics, you know, all those tea-based perfumes that I mentioned. But I would say if you don't have the budget for it, get Elizabeth Arden green tea. Great perfume, man. I just cannot stop thinking of that. And that fragrance, I gave it to my mother. I used many bottles of it. Even if you get a 15 ml small one, that would be good. Okay, so basically thanks for watching, guys. Check it out, and I think I'll go upload this. Everybody have a very nice day. Happy weekend. Bye bye.